Hello, my name is Albert Mendoza, and the topic I chose for my infomercial is fentanyl. So, what is fentanyl? Fentanyl is a potent synthetic opioid drug. It was approved by the FDA for use as an analgesic and anesthetic. It is approximately 50 times more potent than morphine and was first developed in 1959 and introduced in the 1960s as an intravenous anesthetic. It is medically used to treat severe pain or manage pain after surgery. Fentanyl has been linked to drug alteration or secret manufacturing in drug lab. This is also known as fentanyl analogs, which, as mentioned, are alterations to the medically prescribed drug that share a similar chemical structure and mimic the pharmacological effects of fentanyl. According to the National Institute of Drug Abuse, overdose deaths in the U.S. have exceeded 100,000 in a 12-month period for the first time due to the illicitly manufactured fentanyl. Also, according to the NIDA, synthetic opioids appear to be the main driver of the 38.4% increase in overdose deaths from 2019 to 2020. Fentanyl's effects on the body include short-term effects and long-term effects. For short-term effects, fentanyl can induce euphoria, relief from pain, nausea, constipation and or diarrhea, drowsiness, weakness, and dizziness. As for long-term effects, fentanyl can induce mood instability, reduced libido, constipation, menstrual problems, respiratory impairments, and if one's tolerance and dependence builds while using fentanyl on a daily basis, of course, addiction can develop. With the usage of fentanyl comes risk and consequences. Social consequences that result from using fentanyl include frequent job loss, loss of family and friends, financial issues, impulsivity, and sensation seeking. Addiction is always a risk when using a drug, and fentanyl is no different. Fentanyl is addictive because of its potency, which can lead to dependence, and dependence can then lead to addiction, which, if the user chooses to try and quit, will lead to withdrawal. And the risk of withdrawal from using fentanyl comes with its properties of withdrawal symptoms, which are a consequence of also using fentanyl. At the risk of withdrawal, symptoms include muscle and bone pain, sleep problems, diarrhea and vomiting, cold flashes, uncontrollable leg movements, and severe cravings. Withdrawal can be extremely uncomfortable and make it difficult for people to quit, ultimately leading to a vicious cycle, which comes as a major risk to use fentanyl. Fentanyl is a very potent drug, and through the use of it comes the risk of overdosing. Overdose symptoms for fentanyl include chest pain, slowed breathing, bluish lips and complexion, seizure, coma, and worst of all, death. Fentanyl carries a high risk of overdose and fatality. According to the CDC, overdoses including synthetic opioids specifically increased by 72.2% from 2014 to 2015. In high doses, opioids can cause breathing to completely stop. Synthetic opioids sold illicitly can be mixed with cocaine or heroin, which is very dangerous as it amplifies the potency of the drug to the unknowingness of the user. The mixing of opioids with stimulants can also increase the risk of overdose as well. Changes in the user's tolerance from not using or using less of fentanyl can result in addiction or lead to an overdose as well. How to ingest fentanyl. Methods of ingestion include oral, inhalation, absorption, such as skin patches, and it can come in powder, liquid, and pills. Fentanyl can also be administered intravenously. Forms of dissemination for fentanyl, which just means the spreading of it, can be through indoor air, outdoor air, or agriculturally. Fentanyl can be released as fine particles or through a liquid spray. Fentanyl can also contaminate water, and fentanyl can also contaminate food. These are my references that I used for the information in my infomercial, and that concludes my presentation, and I hope you all enjoyed.